In 5 weeks, I lost 10 pounds. I'm down 3.1% body fat, and I lost 6 total inches. My favorite part of the challenge was learning how to clean up my habits. My name is Jim Jeffers. I'm a coach here at CrossFit Jungle Gym.
And tell me, so like you just finished the 5-week CrossFit Jungle Gym Nutrition Challenge. Why did you sign up for the challenge?
I signed up because I was noticing I was putting on some weight, and I worked hard. I lost a lot of weight previously, but I was putting it back on, and I could tell that my eating habits were going down the drain. They were going in the wrong direction. So I knew I needed something to kind of hold me accountable and kickstart some change.
Cool. And so you made some good progress. Tell us a little bit about the progress that you made over the 5 weeks.
Yeah, so in the 5 weeks, I lost 10 pounds. I went down 3% body fat, and I lost a total of 6 inches through my body measurements.
Awesome. And was there any other successes that you felt like you had that like aren't the
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing was recognizing, like, I knew my habits were bad, but then by trying to make some of the changes, like the minor changes, and just focus on eating cleaner foods, like I realized the level and extent to which my habits were bad and how bad I was eating. But it was also that realizing that I could still eat enough food and not be hungry, but if I ate the right foods and basically made that change to my lifestyle, like the results were huge.
Yeah, awesome. What was the first sign that you were making progress?
I think the halfway measurement, so about 2.5 weeks in, like that was really the first sign. I felt better in the first couple of weeks, but I think that was more of the mental challenge of sticking to the plan. But noticing the measurements, I think halfway, I was like, after 2.5 weeks, it was like an 8-pound weight loss. So like in 2.5 weeks, the results were huge. So it was like, that was the first sign that it was like, oh, this is really working, beyond just feeling like I was doing a good job. Like that was like solidified it.
Yeah. And obviously we take a bunch of measurements, so we know you made progress on like a lot of the objective measures. Was there anything that happened or anything that you noticed results wise that like maybe if I wasn't asking this question that you would have just been like, yep, that happened, but nobody in the world would know about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think performance-wise in the gym, so I had been focusing on like Olympic lifts. Like I love doing cleans, and all summer we did clean camp, and I had like maxed out. And then at around the halfway point of the challenge, one day in the gym decided I was gonna max out again, and I leaped like 10-15 pounds on my max.
Nice.
So it was like, oh, there might be a correlation to this nutrition thing with the performance.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't even know that. Good work. What was the biggest obstacle that you faced and then overcame during the challenge?
I think not reaching for the foods and snacks and things that I would have in the past. So I'm not the only one at home, so my wife's there, and while she was supportive of me doing the challenge and cleaning up my diet, it wasn't like a cold turkey, completely clean up the house and pantry, so there was still stuff around. Luckily, I do the shopping, so I can control it to an extent, but there were still some things there, like I was a big-time soda drinker. There were still cans of soda there, but my wife will have like one every few days maybe, but I was like an everydayer. I avoided that. I avoided the ice cream, the chips, like all that snack food, and just trying to focus on eating clean, real food.
Yeah. So I think that it's funny because when we can just clean up the environment entirely, it makes it relatively easy to say no to things if they're not there. What do you think was like, do you think you'll be able to maintain the discipline level that you have, being around some of those foods?
Yeah, I think realizing too, like with the challenge, like the one thing that we talked a lot about with the group was like, you don't have to completely cut all that stuff out, but if you can moderate it and keep it to the minimum, like if 85 to 90% of the time I'm eating better foods, then indulging every now and then is okay. For me, I've tried to avoid it to the higher percentage of time, like 90-95% time, because I know if I start letting that dwindle down, like my own personality and like my habits will take back over. But like I said, I think if it's minimal, like the other thing I've noticed through this time of eating cleaner is that I've come to appreciate the cleaner foods, like some of the flavors of like vegetables that before like I would be like that's but like now like you notice things like their natural flavors, like they kind of hit the craving too, and like you can still eat enough food, but if you're eating better food and getting progress, it's kind of like, why would I want to go in reverse?
Yeah, for sure. What do you think were top contributing factors to having success in the challenge?
I think starting in the challenge like with a group and being part of a group that's doing it, you kind of know like even if it's a struggle, like you're not the only one. Like there's other people that are trying to make changes too that are going to have some struggles. And I think meeting with the group on a weekly basis, or for me, just working with all of our members here in the gym and getting to talk to them on a weekly basis about like how they're doing and like hearing whether they're struggling or what's worked for them, like it kind of keeps you motivated that like, hey, other people are doing the same thing I am, and like hearing their success too like motivates you. It's like this works, so like just keep with it. So I think having the support of the group, especially when you're trying to make habitual changes, you know, things that you're not on your own really holding yourself accountable to, like just having that conversation with someone. It's like I don't want to have the conversation with someone and say it's not working for me because I can't put the chips down. Like it's like, you know, I want to be able to share the same results that they're sharing.
Yeah, awesome. Somebody was sitting at home in the same shoes as you 5 weeks ago, what would you say to them?
I would say that they should absolutely give it a shot. Like give this challenge a shot, because I thought the changes were simplistic, the prescriptions were easy to follow, and it wasn't drastic to where you had to go cold turkey on everything. Like if we can make some smaller changes, you're going to see amazing results. And so I think that was the biggest thing for me. It was like I didn't have to make huge changes. It was small changes that I could sustain, and you see results fast.
Yeah, awesome. Good job.
Good job.